All right, hey, stock market's open. Let's go. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. All right. So welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of almost 22,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance, because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, it's not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne, and I will be your guide on, well, this journey we call Forex. Technicals, fundamentals, trader psychology, market sentiment. Hey, man, you're the boss. I am a humble servant. Let me know how I can help. It's a shortened week. We had a holiday on Monday. So here we are on Wednesday, and there's, we're more than halfway through. Also, Asia is closed. So this changes, the profile of our volume and volatility. I think we have Fed meeting minutes today. So much to do and so many opportunities. Or maybe they're threats. Let's go! Never mad at the fact he's corrupt like a senator. All right. Hey, whoa. Okay, let's go through the markets. Let's get an update on our headlines using the TRADARS Squawk Box. Just got to refresh the page. Come on. Where's my sound? Is my United States industrial production, MOM, above forecast 0.4% in January. Actual 0.7%. XRP pairs losses, capacity utilization breakout above came in at 76. As ETF demand diminishes below expectations, 76.4 in January.
Fed minutes to shed light on January hold decision amid hawkish rate outlook.
Look, I got multiple windows open, huh? Yeah, that's probably it here. All right. Like, Wayne, you're repeating yourself. Euro
to pound rate convergence supports long bias. Nomura.
The U.S. dollar is mixed to start the U.S. trading session. A technical look at the euro, yen, and pound. Canadian dollar, softer CPI lowers Bank of Canada reaction threshold, TD Securities. XRP pairs losses, targets breakout above 150 as ETF demand diminishes. Industrial production out. Yeah, 0.7, pretty gosh darn good. Capacity utilization. Fed minutes. Yeah, we'll find out what they're thinking, but really we could use the Fed Fund futures market, which I think we'll end up doing today. So the question at hand, if I can find the YouTube video, I posted a poll. Now I don't know where my poll was posted. Sorry, so many pages open. What are you doing? There we go. So I posted a poll. Are you risk on or risk off or something different. Let's see what you said. And most of you are slightly risk off, which is good. Let's take a look at our risk radar. And it confirms with you. Okay. Now, monthly and weekly used to be significantly worse. So it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before. Here's our where we're sitting now, our 3.0. So it's bad, but it could be worse. It's bad, but it's not horrible. It's bad, but maybe improving. So not too terrible. We have news coming up in 9 hours and 53 minutes, worth about 50 pips if you're trading pound Aussie. If you're trading Aussie dollar, it's only worth about 16 pips. Unless they beat forecast, then Aussie dollar should drop 30 pips, but there's only a 20% chance of that. So very unlikely, and we get that data by analyzing historic. So it's more likely to show unemployment falling, which is the ability for Australia to raise interest rates. So we have data for Forex, crypto, stock indices, commodities. We have dollar pairs, yen pairs, Swissy pairs, cross pairs. But right now we're just going to burn through the dollar pairs. Okay, dollar strong, dollar strong, dollar strong, dollar strong. Dollar and yen strong. USD Swiss franc, dollar strong. USD CAD, dollar strong. Taking a look at trends on 3 time frames. Yep, definitely moving up, definitely cooling off on the short run, but maybe an opportunity will present itself to buy a dip. But you can see that you could even look at that as more neutral. Pound dollar right now, down, up with a drop, is likely move today. Little bit of consolidation, but maybe it'll pick up to the downside later. Aussie dollar. Okay, long-term flat, but definitely short and medium-term down. And yeah, Kiwi dollar dropping for sure. Now we can do this for yen pairs, for example, Swissy pairs, cross pairs, so on and so forth. But I'll let you do that. I want to jump over to swing trading. We're not quite ready. It's kind of still a little early for swing trading, but if we were hitting last week's targets now, bada bing, bada boom, that gives it extra weight, doesn't it? So pound dollar we have set down. It's diminishing the angle and separation between the 21.55, which you know is impacting a big change in the MACD. So obviously MACD is falling here, but still above the waterline. This is the sell zone. Our target is way down there. So it hasn't made a lower low, but it has made a lower high at our expected resistance price, which is based on last week. So here we are Wednesday, well, right, when you look at, for example, this is our sell area and this is our target. Right now we're flat, as you can see by the linear projection, but we're trying to get from a base case to a best case scenario. Okay, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Between, for the next week. USD same thing. This is our sell zone. Okay, so we've made a lower low, back to the moving averages. Look at the linear projection. Beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Yeah. Cool. Aussie dollar, fundamentally bullish, according to Aiden. Boom, 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 boom. Linear projection up to the MR2, which is our weekly swing projection. So if we can kick it off of this roll reversal, price action, moving average kind of thing. We're gonna target that between now and next Wednesday. USD Kitty Cat, lower low, lower high, sell it off the moving averages, sell it off the monthly central pivot, drop it. Its linear projection is sloped down. It's okay. It's not great. It's sloped down, but not great. Best case scenario is we actually hit MM1, which is our target for the future. Kiwi dollar bullish. Okay, we're supposed to be kicking off these moving averages and heading up. Base case scenarios here, best case scenarios there, which is near our target. It's just not really doing it. Dollar's a little bit strong in the United States, a little bit weak in New Zealand, and so it's just not playing out the way that it has been. But nonetheless, it is still our target. USD Swiss franc, sell it off the central, take it down to M1 or monthly support 2. You might want to kick it off the moving averages. Base case and best case scenarios show, yeah, maybe down or maybe to target. Okay, that's swing. We have day trading. We have position trading. We have this for cryptos. Okay, so if you're hoping for Bitcoin, huh? Well, Bitcoin is still technically bearish. Okay, technically bearish, fundamentally bearish. It's still bearish. Well, hell's bells. Yeah, well, hell's bells. Stock indices, commodities. So you're like, Wayne, what about gold? Yeah, what about gold? Silver, definitely bearish. Okay. Bearish, bearish. Everything about silver is bearish from a swing trader's point of view. Yeah, my WTI, did you see that? Beautiful day trade. Look at that. We're almost to target for the day. Our target for today is 65.05, 64.37 to 65.05. And we're almost there. Pound dollar, not doing much of anything. We're bearish, but neutral. See, neutral, price is above the moving averages, but the moving averages are bearish. So we're neutral. You see that? Am I going too fast? Is this too good? Is it too awesome? Yeah, maybe. I am observing a neutral risk sentiment characterized by slightly lower risk score. Yeah, that's on the day. Unchanged from the previous day. Stability and risk sentiment is influenced by recent yield movements, in particular the 10-year. Look at that. Beautiful. Which has ticked up slightly to 4.6, 4.06. This was 4.16. There's definitely money moving into the 10-year treasury. Okay, so that's going to negatively impact the stock market and negatively impact, it appears like you would assume dollar is strong, right? Based on that? Just based on tracking the yield curve, you'd expect the dollar to be strong, right? Well, let's check that theory. That's why we have this trend. It helps you to do relative strength as well. Okay? Dollar strength, 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 and yen strength, which would occur in a risk-off environment. And we've identified that it's risk-off in 3 different time frames. Isn't that cool? So that correlation is happening. want to see if we're still tracking industrial production and all that. I may have turned that off. Yeah, syncing incomplete for that. Labor productivity is similar. I'll put those back. Oh yeah, cool. I did that on purpose. I wanted to know what was pulling. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so what I wanted to look at, uh, the 10-year yield relative to the 30-year mortgage. But I turned this off. I'm testing some things in the background. I'm like, turn that off. Let's see what fails. And so 30-year fails. So okay, good to know. That was purposeful. So we're back in the mid 60s for oil. Yeah, not a lot of changes here. Wow, we lost. I don't think I noticed that last week. We lost rigs across the board, huh? 80 less than last year, global. 23 less rigs in Canada than last year. 37 less rigs in the United States than last year. Hey, I guess that's what happens when prices fall, huh? You start capping your rigs. Still waiting for like a bit of a rally in March, and then a decline in April, and then a buy a dip. Now, we're entering the period I love buying the stock market. There's two times in the year, as you may see, that I've spent the majority of my adult life buying the stock market. Can you figure out which 2 months? Now, one of the things I'm doing in the background these days is upgrading the statistical analysis of um, our seasonality to, yes, interpret months of, expansion or decline in asset prices for various assets, and then looking for patterns in them. But we're also doing more calculations on when in the months the peaks and valleys occur. So now we're collaborating with weekly and monthly data and doing statistical analysis and comparative analysis. But then we're also then using that to calculate probabilities. And so there's a lot going on here where this is going to get even better. But notice that I calculate a standard deviation to 27 decimal points, because I like to be accurate for you, because you're my sweet baby. I suppose that's a good thing of using artificial intelligence. You're like, Aiden, 2 decimal points is close enough for a human. 27 is too much. too much. Yeah. But anyways, I'm waiting for my little dip. And we have it here on the chart too. You can see up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, down, down. So good. So good. Oh, 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 oh. And yes, we are adding additional assets. Okay, we're adding more currency pairs for you, more commodities. I'm adding VIX. They may not be there yet, but we're adding them. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even. Because we need 20 years of data week by week. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but we are getting there. We are getting there. It's just a lot. You can go to our charts, particular the stock market. Where do we want to start? No diggity, no doubt was the prettiest of them all. Go to a 15-minute chart. Yeah. Look at the kick off the buy zone. Oh my God. Beautiful, huh? Look at that. That green area, by the way, is only there as a buy zone. I want to change this, though, to a swing trade. A swing trading bullish bias. Okay. That green zone is the price. Your technical analysis shows you the time. Okay. So here's our projection right here. Beep, beep, beep. So drop into a 1 hour. You have to, okay, that's our conservative. Our entire target is here. So if you are a bull, you should be doing different things. You can see I do this automatically. I already have those trend lines, as you can see, but we'll put it there. It's just easier to see. We are maybe rising, so now you got to measure this little area, okay? Or you want to do that? We can do that with a different color, but I don't. Yeah. Same mistake twice, basically. Okay, not quite aligned, but maybe getting there. And what you want to start to see, if you're a bull, of course, is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher, and maybe even having it speed up. But this is our target for this week. I hope you're planning targets for the week. So last week, the plan would have been down here to up there. And so far, that has not happened. Thing is, are we going to accelerate or not? Well, we see in the seasonality. Well, I checked the S&P, but they're going to be highly correlated. That there is a Feb to March false rally. So yeah, it's plausible, isn't it? So can we get above 5,000 this week? 5,100 this week? Well, that part I don't know. So I'll leave you with this, the longer term picture right here. Aussie dollar longer term is strong. They are in the process of raising interest rates. Yeah. unemployment is falling or may likely fall, and therefore maybe RBA can raise some more. Euro has been strong, but is cooling off. CAD has been weak, but is stabilizing. Whoa, 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 whoa. So yen, look at this right in here. We've been there a while. These are long-term charts, ladies and germs. What about pound? Pound, it doesn't seem to be an amazingly good economic situation, but it's interesting if you can get a triple top, higher high, higher low roll reversal, but I think that's overdoing it on the technicals. Bottom line, the Bank of England is likely to cut again, and at least 2 times this year. Right? Kiwi trying to recover. If I add some more data here, but has not been doing well. Swissy is strong, indicative of risk off. Okay, and then if I okay, and dollar, goes on and off, on and off. It is generally weak. Yeah, I think we lost 10% in the last 2 years. The thing is, are you trading that? And then are you looking, for example, you're using TRADARS to say, oh, well, maybe I should be a perma bear. When should I sell US dollar? Well, if you go here, not now. So if not now, when? And that's where you can go to seasonality and check out 20 years of data for the dollar index, for example, and figure out, well, what month and even what week of the year is it best to start looking to get short the US dollar. And if you don't know, you could know, you should know. Why don't you know? We have it here at traders.com. Peace on earth. May the